Hey everyone, and thanks for watching. In this video we are going to discuss the very powerful and extremely magical number 3. The number 3 is a sacred number, and there are a lot of secrets hidden within the number 3. The number 3 holds power, knowledge, wisdom, secrets, ideas, expansion, and the connection that we have with our inner self, our intuition. There are many mysteries to explore when thinking about the number 3, and there's a lot of things that number 3 may speak and or whisper to you that it might not to someone else. The number 3 tries to get our attention all the time. I know I see it come up in my life daily, depending on the situation and what's going on. I feel like I can always relate to the number 3 in some form or fashion. And when I notice that the number 3 is prevalent in my day-to-day life or in the given situation, I know to truly tune in to what's going on, live in that moment, and just embrace and experience what may come of that number 3, because 3 holds so much magic and power, and it's truly just extremely mysterious. So the number 3 can really provide you with information and knowledge. The number 3 represents our expression. Basically, it represents the way we express ourselves. It's basically not holding back and truly expressing the way we truly feel, such as be you, be confident, and express yourself. 3. The number 3 also represents creativity and inspiration. Now, the 4 elements of alchemy are also made up of triangles, because we have our fire, air, water, and earth, which are all represented either by an upward triangle or a down pointing triangle. If you want to know more about how the symbols look, feel free to research that on your own and get an understanding of what each element feels for you and how it relates to you in your life. And as we know, these triangles that make up our 4 elements within nature are made up in 3 points, because a triangle has 3 points that connect it to make a triangle. So the number 3 and the triangle are in a sense a portal or a doorway to the other realm, the spiritual realm, if you will. And it is most definitely a key to hidden mysteries. Now, ancient Egyptian knowledge states that the universe is actually made up of a triangle, which is where we come into the a squared plus b squared plus c squared. If you want more information about that, feel free to research that, because we obviously can't cover everything in this video. When we speak words in a sequence of 3, it increases its power and therefore makes it more real for you in your life. It basically plants it. It sets it in stone. Another way that you can see the number 3 prevalent in our life is the 3 stages of being, which number 1 is our intelligence, our intellectual self, the self that studies. Number 2 is our physical body, the body that stays physical, our physical human body that we see, the skin. And number 3 is the emotional and or the spiritual self, the spirit that resides within us all. That's number 3. So as you see, our being, our self, makes up 3 aspects of our being. And of course, our past, present, and future, 3 again, make up our life plan here. The life that we experience, why we are here as a human. Now, the third eye is also known to be something that's extremely powerful. It holds knowledge, wisdom, and a sense of spiritual awareness or spiritually awakening. It holds a lot of spiritual power. Now, some people may call this the pineal gland, which is located directly in the center of the brain, which is about the size of a grain of rice, and it looks like a pine cone. It's known as the mystery gland for enlightenment. Basically, it's seeing beyond what the normal eye can see, experiencing things from a more inner feeling, rather than an outer type of programming way, if that makes sense. So it's also like a door or a gateway to this spiritual realm where you can connect to an outer world or the other realm or the other world or something otherworldly. It's basically something that's beyond yourself. It's sort of like astral travel. When you astral travel and you have this experience of leaving your body and what these experiences that you may have when you leave your body during astral travel. Feel free to look up astral travel as well. It's quite fascinating. Astral travel is basically when you go places in your mind. Basically and essentially, it's leaving your body and entering a spiritual realm or another realm. Now, the pineal gland is in the shape of a triangle when you look at it from the perspective, because it is located directly in the center of our brain. Obviously, I can't touch that part of my head, but just imagine it's here straight back in the center. So you have that there, and then you have our two seeing eyes. So when you connect the three, it forms a shape of a triangle, which in itself is, again, very powerful. There's also the 3 jewels of Buddhism, which is red, yellow, and blue. Those are the 3 primary colors that make up every other color in the world, essentially. So the 3 jewels of Buddhism is also extremely powerful. The 3 Giza pyramids in Egypt are also pyramid shaped. There are also 3 of them there. And each pyramid makes up the 3 points, which therefore makes a triangle again. And in saying that creates is extremely powerful. The number 3 you will find throughout lots of religious and occult practices. It's very well known and is known to be a very sacred and symbolic symbol or number. So in conclusion, the number 3 is extremely powerful and can be seen in your everyday life. The number 3 holds a wealth of information, knowledge, and wisdom. Be open to see the number 3 in your everyday life and see how it comes to play for you. Take note of it, or just experience it in that moment and see what it may whisper or tell you. Just spend time reflecting on what the number 3 or how the number 3 may come up in your life. An example for me is I may always go outside and look up at the sky. Every time I go outside and look up at the stars, I always see immediately, it's like my eyes are drawn directly to it, 3 stars that are in the shape of a triangle. And I always look at that as a very protective symbol in the sky because, for one, it's 3, it represents the triangle. I've always felt really connected to both of those, the symbol and the number, throughout my life, going back very, very young. So I know that it holds a lot of power. And then just looking back and remembering how it's very well known throughout religious and occult practices and just throughout history, the 3 just pops up so often that lets you know there is a lot of power in the number 3. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me or share with me a story where the 3 was prevalent in your life or came up and maybe had a little mysterious vibe to it. I know I could probably share many stories with you guys, and maybe I will make another video and share some more experiences directly on the number 3. This is a basic, just general idea about the number 3 and the triangle, mainly about how powerful it is and how a lot of times the number 3 and the triangle can change your life in many mysterious and magical ways. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.